Welcome to Warehouse and Operations as a Career and to 2020. I'm Marty, and I thought we'd talk a little about seeking employment or finding a job today. It's just not as easy as it sounds, no matter what industry we're in. 2 weeks ago, we talked about the millions of square feet of warehouse space being built every year, and there's no end in sight. Look around the room that you're in right now. Everything you see came through a warehouse, has been on a trailer or a container. Well, unless grandma or our kids made it for us. It was produced or manufactured in a facility, then trucked to a distribution facility and delivered to us, the end user. Now, I'm a little biased towards operations. I've always felt like it's the perfect career choice, even for that first job. We've learned about the many different positions, unskilled labor or utility work, to include skilled positions like machine or equipment operators, to the transportation fields and logistics. Even the tech fields in operations today can take us to so many positions on a global scale. We've talked about all the great positions in fields of logistics. Man, if I had the opportunity to do it all over again. Seriously though, operations, warehousing, and transportation are those opportunities we're looking for, whether we plan on continuing our education or we're ready to join the workforce right after high school. Now, service jobs like restaurants and retail are really good jobs, and they're easy to find. They're always hiring. But let's say we're planning way ahead, know what we want to do and what we want to earn, say 10 years down the road. We'll need to start learning something, getting experiences that we can build upon. Running through like 5 or 6 restaurants or department stores isn't really going to build skills, will it? Now, of course, if we enjoy the work, they can offer us great opportunities in management and advancements such as procurement and merchandising maybe. I know one lady that worked for a national department store right out of high school, and today she is responsible for all their fashion purchasing. She travels all over the globe. But now she's been with the same company since graduation and didn't skip around or have those 5 or 6 different jobs. She loves her career choice. So it's the first week of the year. Everyone's making those New Year's resolutions. A rabbit hole let's not go down today, but let's walk through how we'd go about planning our new job. I guess we ought to look at both new jobs and planning a career move, though. Okay, so a job. It's important to remember that a job that we enjoy and are passionate about is just fine. It's actually great. Let's pick forklift driving as an example. Say I love driving a counterbalance lift and I really enjoy being on it 10 hours a shift, running up and down or around the warehouse all day long. A few things I might want to think about when seeking employment. 1, how far am I willing to drive? Our time on the road driving to and from work is our personal time we could be spending with the family or on our hobbies or maybe some type of side hustle. We'll need to have a distance in mind. 2nd would be our pay. What hourly wage are we willing to work for? It's important to know the difference of what we want to earn and what our present lifestyle requires. We may be willing to take a little less than we're wanting if we just need to get our foot in the door with a company that we know will afford us the wages we want down the road. Maybe they only hire through an agency at a lower wage than we'll be making after 520 hours when we get hired on. Depending on the opportunities and things like our travel time, it's something that we may want to consider. 3rd would be our benefits. The benefits like profit sharing, insurance, 401k programs should be considered as a piece of our wages. Those things are a lot more important than we give them credit for most of the time. As a young employee, and when I was hired on at my new company, I knew nothing about all the different programs that they were offering. But 26 years later, I was glad I had enrolled in everything that was on the table. 4th would be our job description. I've always felt that my job description is, well, the job. It'll define what I will be doing and what is really going to be expected of me. It's something that I'm committing to do. Now, of course, our job will be to do what we're asked of, and there'll always be those special projects come up. But I feel we need to understand our job description. When I'm interviewing with a candidate, I always review the job description line for line with the individual. It's only fair that the employer and the employee is upfront about the expectations and the commitment, right? Now, if we're looking for our career position or the company that we're hoping to retire from, we'll need to consider all the things we just discussed, and we'll need to plan out a bit farther. I have a friend that lives out in Florida. A new corporate facility is being built about an hour and 15 minutes from where he was living, and he started putting his plan together. His goal was to get hired, advance within the organization, and retire with them. I strayed a little bit. But anyway, we'll want to think about the things that'll be important to us down the line. Things like school districts, property taxes, the cost of living in any particular area. Remember now, we're working towards a long-term goal that's made up of several little goals. It's all a part of the plan. We've talked about researching our prospective employers before. It's really just the reverse of what our hiring agents are doing with us. We should ask them questions. Oh, one of my favorite questions is asking a recruiter, how do you like working for this company? Or if it's an agency, what kind of feedback do you receive from employees you place here? What's the retention or conversion rates? All that is information they should be happy to share with us. So I talked a whole lot today. Let's recap part 1 of the New Year, New Career. In 2020, we have a plan, right? We've written down our goals. And if a new job is step 1 of the plan, we're going to be ready and prepared. So we're going to know what we want to be doing in 12 months. Maybe have a job in the warehouse as an unloader or loader, maybe an order selector or forklift driver. Shoot, in 12 months, maybe we could be a lead or a supervisor if that's our goal. We may have already picked out a few facilities that'll fit our needs, distance-wise with the pay rate that we can start with, and it'll offer us the benefits we're looking for. We've checked them all out online, maybe spoken with a few present employees, and we're comfortable with the opportunities it'll bring to the table. And I think one of the most important things we need to do, we would have spoken with our significant other and our family. Everyone's comfortable with the ideal, so we're ready to seek employment with them now. This is where we as applicants have to really shine. We need to answer ads and apply. We'll probably have to ace a phone interview, and if successful, we'll have a face-to-face interview. Do we have everything together? Are we ready to sit down and talk with them? And what if we're only just seeking a job? Things get even stickier because we just need work. We haven't really identified where we want to work yet. Maybe not even what we want to do yet. We'll have to go out and work the job boards, classifieds, and start hitting up social media sites. Yep, finding work can be tough, but with the right tools and knowledge, a plan if you will, you'll be surprised how quickly we'll be getting that first check. Next week, we'll learn how to search those job boards and how to clean up our resumes and work histories, hopefully cutting our job-seeking time in half and landing that perfect position. I'm hoping to have a couple of professionals visit with us, and they'll walk us through the entire process and help prepare us for the hunt. Well, I hope I've given you a few things to think about today. Being prepared is really key. Last week, John did a great job explaining the importance of planning and goal setting to us. I think we're ready for 2020 now, don't you? I myself am so looking forward to next week and visiting with our guests. As you know, I like learning and talking about shortcuts and success stories. Until then, keep putting your goals to paper and working on those plans. Keep safety your first priority and rock this first week of the new year.